everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen and today I am going to be doing my wedding makeup for you guys. This is going to be a very long video, I think it's going to be the longest video that I have besides maybe my declutter ones. I wanted to give you guys some tips on what to do for your wedding makeup, prom makeup, special event makeup, or just day-to-day makeup if you like wearing a full face of makeup. I also do have to let you guys know that I have a mix of drugstore and high-end products, but I really wanted to make sure that I was using products that worked for me in this video. I did a lot of trial and error within the last 6 months of really making sure and practicing the look that I wanted and making sure that I had the exact look that I wanted for my wedding day to help me look and feel my best. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. So I've already exfoliated and moisturized my face. I'm going to start off with primer. Primer is so important for big event days like proms or weddings. It's going to help your foundation last longer, and it's also going to help the application of the foundation actually apply smoother onto your skin. And so today I'm going to be taking, of course, my favorite primer, which is the Hourglass Mineral Primer. Looks like this. Absolutely love it. All I do is I take a pump on my hand and spread it across my face. It's important to remember that you don't want to put on too much primer, because too much primer can actually make the foundation slide off of your face. Typically one pump is enough for my entire face, and anything extra I just bring down onto my chin and my neck. There we go. So now that we're primed, I'm going to go in with my foundation, which I have mentioned in almost, I'm pretty sure, every video recently. This is going to be my Shiseido Radiant Lifting Foundation. Looks like this. I'm going to take 2 pumps to begin with, and I'm just going to dab this all over my face. I'm going to take my favorite foundation brush, which is the Makeup Geek Face Buffer Brush. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to buff this into my skin. Even if you have perfect skin, something like a light coverage foundation can make all of the difference in pictures. I'm just going to go in with a second layer here. I just got another pump. I know that this is going to look like a lot of foundation, and it's because it is. I want to make sure that I have full coverage, that way it lasts all day and that way my skin looks nice in pictures. You want to make sure to bring it down your neck, that way there are no foundation lines. Now that we have a good layer of foundation on, I am going to take some concealer. I'm going to put this in any problem areas and also under my eyes to really help brighten up my under eye area. So I'm going to be taking my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15. I love this because it gives great coverage, it's long wearing, it doesn't dry out my skin, and most importantly, they have a huge shade range, and so you're definitely going to be able to find something that's going to match you. So I'm just taking this under my finger and just patting it in my eye area. Whenever you go close to your eye area, you want to make sure that you use your ring finger, because it is the one with the least amount of pressure, and your skin around your eye is so sensitive and thin, so you want to make sure that you're not tugging too much. You want to make sure that you're not pressing too hard. It's a really delicate area, so I'm going to bring that up all the way around my eye, and I'm going to do this because I have a lot of darkness right here, so I'm not going to focus it just right here. I'm going to bring it all the way up, that way I make sure that I cover all of that darkness. Now a little trick that I like to do whenever I put concealer on. The base of my nose is quite larger than the top of my nose. I'm going to add concealer in between my eyes and at the top portion of my nose. What this is going to do is it's going to help make the top portion of my nose appear a little bit bigger, that way it's more proportionate to the bottom of my nose. I like the shape of my nose, and so I'm not going to bring it down all the way to make it seem that my nose is more pointed or slim towards the base. I just want to make it more even, just to really help balance out my face shape. Take a little bit of extra concealer and tap this on any areas that might need a little extra coverage. After I have my concealer all set, I am going to go in with a damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to roll this across my face. What this will do is it will really help make sure that the foundation and concealer are blended together. Also going to help the foundation really set into my skin. Now that my foundation is all done, I'm not going to put any other powder products on it until I'm done with my eye look. I want the foundation to have a moment to set. And so the only thing that I am going to do right now, I am going to take Laura Mercier's Secret Brightening Powder. I'm just going to take this on a nice small fluffy brush, and I'm just going to set that under eye concealer that we just placed. I always like doing my foundation first, that way it has a moment to set before I do my eye makeup. If you are afraid that you're going to have fallout for your shadows, you can definitely always do your eye makeup first. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to start out with primer. You guys know that I have super oily lids, so I want to make sure that my eyelids are like oil proof. I'm going to start out with my NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, and I am just going to place this all over the lid. I really want a blank canvas for my eyelids, so I am then going in with MAC Painterly. This is a Pro Longwear paint pot. This is going to help make sure that any discoloration on my lids is gone, and it will also add to the wear time of the already like long wearing NARS primer. Really good alternative if you have super yellow undertone is Soft Ochre. That is a great paint pot from MAC. Now that we have our eyes primed and ready to go, I am going to take my choice of eye palette. I am going to go in with my Laura Mercier Eye Artist palette. I absolutely love this palette. It is everything that I want a palette to be. You guys know I love my mauve colors, and it has a couple of more neutral brown colors that are just beautiful. These are so creamy. You don't have to use this palette if you want to get this eye look. You can use any of colors that are similar to this, but I love this palette because it's pigmented, but these blend out like a dream, and it has every color in this palette that I want to use in my eyes. So this is what on my eyes. So this is what I'm going to be using today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and I am going to go into Vanilla Nuts. I'm going to go into Vanilla Nuts right here. This soft white cream color, and I'm just going to place it all over my lid. So now that I have my lids completely covered in that Vanilla Nuts color, I'm going to go in with Fresco. This is a beautiful like mauve pink color, but it's very light, so it's going to make for a great transition shade. So I'm going to pick that up with a very fluffy brush. This palette does have a lot of kick up. I don't know if you can see that. So you want to make sure that you tap off any excess to make sure that you don't get too much product on your lid. That's what's going to create fallout. So you always want to make sure that you tap your brush after you dip into product. So I'm going to just take this, and I'm going to run this mainly above my crease. And I'm not going all the way into my inner corner because I really want this area to stay light. So I am going to just mainly focus it on the outside corner of my lid and kind of just like an angled line upwards this way, pointing to my brow. Now taking another clean, fluffy brush, I'm going to just make sure that that color is blended out nicely and doesn't have any harsh lines fading up to the brow. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to work this into Truffle, which is this nice rich brown color. Just going to pick up a little bit of product, again, tap off any excess, and I'm going to lay this specifically on the outer corner of my lid and work in the crease. So we put the crease color, the transition color, above the crease. I'm going to go into the crease with this color. So we're taking it into the outer corner. Really make sure that that's nicely applied there. and then working into the crease. Again, going on the outer corner, really laying down that product there, and then taking this through the actual crease. And I'm almost kind of delivering it onto the lid as well. Alright, now that you have the product laid down, it is still a little bit choppy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with that brush that we use the crease color on and just really make sure that everything is blended together. You don't need to pick up any extra product for this because your brush should still have some product left. But you really just want to blend away. So I still want a little bit more definition in the crease. I'm going to take a synthetic angled brush. This is really going to help us get into that crease really nicely. So again, what I'm doing is I'm taking the truffle color, putting my brush in it a couple times, dabbing off any excess, and I'm really, again, going to focus on that outer corner and bring it up into my crease. See what difference that makes? If you're not a heavy makeup wearer, like you don't wear makeup a lot, this might seem like a lot of makeup to you. But the thing you have to remember is whenever you are taking pictures, your face is going to be blown out because of flash, because of lighting. You want to make sure that you can get a lot of definition throughout every feature in your face. And so although it might look heavy on camera, it is going to appear beautiful and flawless. Taking that blending brush that we used with the transition mauve color and just blending that out. Someone's at the door. Now going back into the palette, I'm going to take this bamboo shade right here, almost like a dusty brown color, and I'm going to focus this all over my under eye area. I'm just using a very small brush for this. I'll do the same thing on this side. Going back into the brown truffle color and really focusing this on the outer portion of the lid. So we're almost making like a brown gradient. Now that we're done with the lower lash line, I'm going to bring in a little bit more lightness around the corner of my eyes. So I'm going to take Guava, which is this pretty pink color right here. I'm going to take it on a short flat shader brush. Again, tap off any excess and then just lay it down on the inside portion of my lid. And then going on in with this Sparkling Dew color, which is this really nice highlighter shade, I'm going to take this into my inner tear duct area, going in with that same shade and adding it to the bottom lash line. Then finally taking that Sparkling Dew powder or eyeshadow and just placing it underneath the brow bone. We are going to be putting on liquid liner, so this isn't necessary, but I like doing it just to give a little bit more definition to the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take espresso bean here, which is a very, very dark brown. It almost looks black. I'm going to take it on a very, very short shader brush, and I'm going to focus it on the outer corner of my lid. Just running it along the lash line. Going in with eyeliner, you want to make sure that you choose something waterproof. I am using the Rimmel Scandalized Precision Micro Eyeliner. I've tried this a couple times. Whenever I cry, it doesn't smudge. It's not the blackest black that there is out there, but I really, really like this. Another great option is the Kat Von D Locket Tattoo eyeliner, I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to take this, make sure it's kind of shaken up, and just start with the outside wing. I really want my lash line to look very, very dark and deep. So I am going to be tight lining my upper waterline with my Bare Minerals Around the Clock Waterproof Eyeliner. This is in Midnight. I am just going to run it on my inner waterline, or my upper waterline. And I want a little bit of definition for my lashes, so I'm going in with a waterproof clump cut crusher from CoverGirl. You can curl your lashes before application of the eyelashes, but I don't like to because it makes it harder for me to put on the eyelashes because my lashes are so long. So I just leave them as they are and I go in with mascara. I'm going to let that dry, and while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to eyebrows. If you're looking for a natural brow, a great way to go is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is so beautiful. It's so natural and so nice, but I want something a little bit more. So I am going in with my NYX Eyebrow Gel. This is in the color Brunette 003, and I'm going to take that product on the back of my hand and just really work my brush into it. So I'm going to take this underneath the brow, and I'm really going to shape the bottom part of the brow, and then I'm going to do the same with the top. Really just shape what I want that brow to look like. Then once you kind of have those outlines, you are going to take your brush and pull that product upwards into the brow. This will help mimic the appearance of hairs and really fill in all of that product without it looking too fake. Now notice that I didn't bring this all the way to the front of the brow. The reason is because I'm going to distribute that product with a spoolie, and it will help kind of diffuse into the front of the brow so it's not such a harsh line. Now that my skin has had some time to set, I'm going to go ahead and go in with some highlighter. I mentioned this in my last video. This is the Becca Shimmering Perfector in Pearl. I'm going to take just a little bit of this and just run it along any highlight that I may want to have. So all I do is I take my ring finger and my middle finger, and I just really work that product into my skin. Cool. Now that you have the highlighter distributed, I'm going to go in with a setting powder on the rest of my face. Setting powder is so important. I'm going to be using the translucent powder from Laura Mercier. This will blur every imperfection on your face. And so all I'm going to do, I seriously love this product. I'm going to just take a large fluffy brush. This is from e.l.f. I'm going to work that into the brush from the cap. And I am going to buff this on to my face. And it makes your skin look flawless. For contour, I'm going to go in with my favorite e.l.f. blush brush. This is beautiful for contour. And I'm going to take a cool toned contour. So I'm going to take the Cocoa Contour Powder in Medium Cocoa. A great alternative to this is the NYX Blush in Taupe. I am going to just take some of that. I'm going to focus that underneath my cheekbones. Really just taking that tip and working that into my hairline. With any cheek product or face product, you really want to cake it on. You're gonna feel like you are a performer of the night. Like you're gonna feel super weird. But you want to make sure that you are applying enough product that it gives dimension to your face again when you're taking photographs. If you don't add any sort of color to your face is going to look very washed out, and it's not going to have any dimension in pictures. I really want to bring out the mauve colors in this look, so I am going in with a Laura Geller Blaked brush in Catalina. It's this beautiful mauve. Just dab this into the product, tap off any excess, and I'm going to lightly work that back towards my ear. I'm going to blend this together with my actual contour that I just made. A great option for wedding for people who don't wear a lot of lashes are going to be the Demi Wispies from Ardell. These are so beautiful on the eye. They look so natural, but they just really help enhance your eye shape and also give you just a little bit more flare to your eyelashes. I'm going to be using these in my video today. These are not the ones that I used for my bridals or that I'm going to use for my wedding. I'm going to be using my iconic ones, but I want to save those for the actual wedding date. Alright, finishing up with lip product, I am going to go in with some lip liner. This is Naked from the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil line, and I am going to line the outside of my lips. Now that I have my lips lined, I'm going to go in with my Murad Rapid Collagen Infusion for Lips. What this is kind of like primer for your lips. It's going to fill in all of the ridges, which is really important for someone like me who has a lot of texture on their lips. So it just looks like this, and I'm just going to rub some of this onto my lips. Now that that's on, I am going to add my lipstick, which is Syrup from MAC. I wanted something that was a little bit mauve-y to help, again, bring out those mauve tones in my eyes, and I really like mauve lip looks, so I'm gonna go in with this bad boy. If you want a little bit of extra gloss to your look, you can take a little bit of gloss and add it on top. I'm going to be taking a little bit of Jezebel from Bare Minerals. This is very similar to Rebel, but I don't have my Rebel on me, so I'm just gonna add bit of extra shine. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair, and then I will be back with you guys. And here's the finished look. I did forget one of the most important steps. You want to make sure that you set your makeup with setting spray. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Not quite sure if I will be posting any more videos for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, just because I'm not quite sure how my schedule is going to be with the wedding. I'm getting married on June 12th. I really appreciate all of your love and support. Thank you so much. As always, stay safe. I love your faces, and I will talk to you again later. Bye. So today we are going to be discussing our favorite dry skin products. I have